You might think that men don't notice much, that they're oblivious, that they just see the surface, the way you look, the way you dress, the things you say outright. But let me tell you, they're watching more closely than you realize. They notice the little things. The way your eyes light up when you're excited about something, the way your voice shifts when you're passionate, the way you subtly react to something they say. They may not always verbalize it, but trust me, they're picking up on it. A guy doesn't just see you, he observes you. He pays attention to how you carry yourself, how you interact with people, how you handle stress, how you hold yourself in moments of silence. He's watching to understand you, sometimes even more than you understand yourself. Because what he's looking for is deeper than just attraction. He's trying to get a sense of who you really are. Think about it. Ever had a moment where a guy brings up something about you that you didn't even realize he noticed? Maybe he comments on the way you tuck your hair behind your ear when you're nervous, or how you always order the same thing at your favorite cafe. It's because these small things, these habits, these quirks, these are the things that truly define you in his eyes. See, what you might think of as insignificant, he sees as When you laugh at something unexpected, he notices if it's genuine or if you're just being polite. When you talk about your goals, he's watching to see if your eyes light up with ambition or if you're just saying what you think sounds good. When you're quiet, he's wondering if you're deep in thought or if something's bothering you. It's in these little details that he figures out how he feels about you. It's not just about whether you're beautiful or whether you say the right things. It's about whether you're consistent, whether you're real, whether the energy you bring into a room makes him want to stay there. And here's the thing, men don't always articulate this. They don't always say, I love how you do that thing with your hands when you're telling a story, or I notice how you stood up for yourself in that situation and it really impressed me. But it matters. It shapes how they see you, how they feel about you, and ultimately how they show up for you. Now, here's where a lot of people get it wrong. They assume that because a man isn't constantly giving feedback, he isn't paying attention. That because he isn't saying, wow, I love the way you interact with people, he isn't registering it. But that's not how this works. He's processing, he's observing. And over time, he's forming an opinion about who you are, not just based on the big moments, but on the tiny ones that you don't even think twice about. This is why confidence matters. Because if you walk into a room unsure of yourself, hesitant, constantly second-guessing, he sees that. He might not say it outright, but he feels it. And on the flip side, when you're at ease with yourself, when you own who you are without needing external validation, that's something he picks up on too. It's also why authenticity is so important. Because men, especially the ones who are serious about a real connection, are looking for patterns. They're looking to see if the person you are in the beginning is the same person you are when no one's watching. They're paying attention to the way you treat people when you don't think it matters. They're watching how you react when things don't go your way. Not just once, not just on the first date, but consistently. And when they notice something that doesn't align, when they see you act one way in front of them, but a completely different way when they're not around, that's when they pull away. Not because of something you said in a big conversation, but because of a dozen tiny things that built up over time. See, a guy doesn't wake up one day and decide how he feels about you. It's happening gradually. It's happening in the way he notices you carrying yourself when you're not trying to impress anyone. It's happening when he sees how you handle conflict, how you respond to challenges, how you celebrate your own wins without needing permission. And here's where it gets really interesting. Sometimes a man will be drawn to you not because of what you intentionally do, but because of what you do naturally. Because of the effortless way you engage in conversation, the way you make people around you feel comfortable, the way you carry an energy that makes a space feel lighter just by being in it. So what does this mean for you? It means you don't have to perform. You don't have to overanalyze or obsess over saying the right thing or making the perfect impression. What matters most is who you are when you're not trying, when you're not filtering yourself, when you're just living, just being, just existing in a way that feels true to you. Because if a man is truly interested, he's not just looking for a highlight reel, he's looking for depth. He's looking for the things you do when you're not thinking about what he might want. So if you ever wonder whether he's really noticing you, whether he's really paying attention, the answer is yes, probably more than you think. And the best way to make sure he sees the real you, be someone you're proud of, even when no one's watching. You ever notice how sometimes you don't even have to say a word for someone to feel exactly what you're thinking? That moment when you're in a conversation and you can tell the other person is nervous or uninterested or completely captivated without them ever explicitly saying it. That's because energy speaks louder than words, and whether you realize it or not, he's watching you more closely than you think. Most of the time, people think attraction is built on what they say. They think it's about having the perfect response, the wittiest joke, or the most impressive story. But in reality, words are just one small part of it. What truly captures someone is the energy behind those words. The way you carry yourself, the way you react, the unspoken signals you send, those things matter far more than whether you get every word right. Have you ever been around someone who, on paper, says all the right things, but something feels off? Maybe they're complimenting you, maybe they're asking you questions, but you don't feel engaged. You don't feel pulled in. That's because their energy isn't aligned with their words. They're saying what they think they should say, but they don't believe it. And deep down, you can feel that. The same is true the other way around. If you walk into a room with a confident energy, a relaxed presence, and a sense of playfulness, that's going to be noticed without you even needing to try. The truth is, he's watching how you exist in the world. Not just how you talk to him, but how you talk to others, how you enter a room, how you respond to small moments of discomfort. Are you constantly on edge, or do you seem at ease with yourself? Are you warm and open, or do you seem guarded? These things are being picked up on every second, often subconsciously, and they shape how someone feels about you more than you realize. Think about the last time you saw someone walk into a room and immediately command attention. It wasn't necessarily because they were the loudest or the most obviously attractive person there. It was their energy, the way they carried themselves, their ability to be fully present, the sense that they weren't seeking approval, but were simply comfortable being themselves. That's the kind of thing that draws people in without a word needing to be spoken. It works in the opposite direction too. When you're on a date and you're overthinking every word, worried about saying the wrong thing or trying to impress him, that energy is felt. It doesn't matter if you say the most interesting thing in the world. If it comes from a place of anxiety, it won't land the way you want it to. But when you speak from a place of confidence, when you're genuinely enjoying the conversation rather than trying to control how it's perceived, that's when you become magnetic. A lot of people think confidence is about having all the answers, never feeling nervous, never making mistakes. But that's not confidence. That's perfectionism. Confidence is the ability to exist in the moment without fear of judgment. It's being able to laugh at yourself, to own your thoughts and feelings without constantly questioning them, to know that you don't have to prove anything because you already bring value just by being yourself. And when you embody that, he feels it. He doesn't just hear what you say, he feels the energy behind it. And that's what keeps him coming back. You might be thinking, well, how do I change my energy? How do I make sure I'm giving off the right vibe? And the truth is, you can't fake this. You can't just tell yourself, be confident, and expect a switch to flip. What you can do is start paying attention to your inner dialogue. What are you telling yourself when you walk into a room, when you're on a date, when you're in a conversation? If your thoughts are filled with self-doubt, I hope he likes me, I need to be interesting, what if I say the wrong thing? That's going to come through in your energy. But if your focus is on, I want to enjoy this moment, I want to be present, I'm curious about this person in front of me, then your energy shifts. You become more engaged, more relaxed, more attractive. It's the difference between seeking validation and simply sharing your presence. When you're seeking validation, your energy says, please like me. But when you're just being present, your energy says, I like me. And that's infinitely more attractive. That's what makes someone take notice and feel drawn to you in a way they can't quite explain. The real key is alignment. When your words, actions, and energy are in sync, you become undeniable. When you're saying something with true confidence, it lands differently. When you're laughing at a joke and genuinely enjoying yourself, people feel that joy. When you're setting a boundary, not from a place of fear, but from a place of self-respect, it resonates. And when you're just being yourself without trying to manipulate how someone sees you, that's when you become most powerful. So the next time you find yourself wondering if he's noticing you, the answer is yes. But what he's noticing isn't just what you say. It's how you carry yourself. It's the energy you bring into a room. And that energy will always speak louder than words. You ever notice how someone's true nature isn't revealed when things are going perfectly, but in the small, seemingly insignificant moments? That's where the real story is told. It's easy to be charming when you're having a good day, when things are going your way, when you're in control of the situation. But what happens when you're not? What happens when you're faced with something unexpected, a minor inconvenience, or a person you think doesn't matter? See, he's watching you more closely than you think. Not in the big obvious ways that people assume. Not just when you're dressed up, looking amazing, or saying all the right things. He's watching in those little moments, the ones you don't even think about. When the waiter takes too long to bring your food, when someone cuts you off in traffic, when your friend confides in you about something difficult, when your friend confides in you about something difficult, when someone asks you a question and you're too distracted to really hear them. Those are the moments where he's truly seeing who you are, because that's when the mask comes off. And the truth is, these things tell him more about you than anything you say. Anyone can talk about being kind, confident, and emotionally intelligent, but are you? Are you the person who rolls their eyes and huffs in frustration when things don't go your way? Are you the person who makes others feel small when you're upset? Or are you the one who brings grace and composure to any situation, no matter who's watching? Because, make no mistake, he is watching. It's not about being perfect. No one is perfect. It's about showing who you really are when there's no incentive to impress. A lot of people behave well in situations where they know it matters. You're on a date, you're charming, you're in a work meeting, you're composed. But what about when the stakes are low? When the person in front of you has nothing to offer you? That's when he's paying attention the most. And let's be real, men notice how you treat other people because it gives them a glimpse into how you'll treat them. If you're quick to snap at a stranger, what does that say about how you'll react in a relationship when you're frustrated? If you dismiss people you don't find useful, what does that say about how you value connections? If you can't show kindness to those who don't benefit you, what happens when he's no longer giving you what you want? Attraction isn't just about looks, it's about energy. And your energy is something you reveal in every interaction, not just the ones that seem important. The way you move through the world, the way you show up for people, the way you carry yourself when no one is watching or when you think no one is watching. Those things matter far more than you realize. And it's not just about kindness, it's about emotional intelligence. It's about self-awareness. Because let's be honest, we all have bad days. We all have moments where we're stressed, overwhelmed, or frustrated. That's human. But do you recognize those moments? Do you take responsibility for how you act in them? Because the difference between someone who is truly attractive and someone who is just performing is that the first person owns their behavior. If you're rude to a waiter and then laugh it off, thinking he didn't notice, he noticed. If you roll your eyes at someone asking you a simple question because you're too busy looking at your phone, he noticed. If you talk about kindness and positivity, but then gossip about your friend the second she leaves the room, he noticed. And more importantly, he felt it. Because here's the thing, people may not always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And if you make someone feel like they don't matter, like they're beneath you, like they're an inconvenience, that feeling sticks. That feeling tells him everything he needs to know. And I get it. We live in a world where we're constantly being told to impress, to be the best version of ourselves, to put our best foot forward. But being attractive isn't about performing, it's about who you actually are. And the most magnetic people in the world are the ones who don't have to fake it, because kindness, respect, and confidence are ingrained in them. It's not something they turn on when it benefits them, it's just who they are. And let's be honest, when a guy is truly interested in you, he's thinking long term. He's wondering what life with you will actually feel like. Will it feel like warmth and trust? Will it feel like peace and security? Or will it feel like walking on eggshells, never knowing when you might snap, judge, or withdraw? So many people think attraction is about the big things, grand gestures, the right words, the perfect moment. But it's built in the smallest details. The way you react when things don't go your way, the way you handle stress, the way you treat people who have nothing to give you, those are the moments that make or break attraction. Because in those moments, he's seeing the real you. And that's what he'll remember most. So if you take nothing else from this, take this. Every moment is an opportunity to show who you are. Not just the big obvious ones, not just when you know you're being watched, but in the little moments, the quiet ones, the ones that seem insignificant, because those are the ones that define you, and those are the ones he won't forget. There's something incredibly attractive about a woman who has her own life. A woman who isn't waiting for someone to come along and complete her, but instead is already whole. That's the kind of energy that makes someone take notice. And let me tell you, he's watching. He's noticing how you carry yourself, how you spend your time, what excites you and what drives you. Because here's the truth, no one wants to be someone's entire world. They want to be part of a world that's already rich, already interesting, already alive. When you have your own life, your own goals, your own passions, it does something powerful. It makes you less predictable. And unpredictability is magnetic. Think about it. If every time he texts you, you're immediately available, if you never have anything going on outside of him, if he becomes the center of your universe overnight, what happens? There's no intrigue, no sense of, wow, she's got something special going on. But when he sees that you have plans, when he sees that you have a purpose beyond just waiting around for him, it makes him stop and pay attention. Because here's what's really happening. He's subconsciously evaluating whether you are someone he needs to earn. If he feels like he doesn't have to work for your time or attention, if he senses that you've already handed over all your energy without him doing anything, then he's not going to see your time as valuable. People value what they have to work for. It's human nature. When something is easily accessible, we don't always appreciate it the same way. But when we have to put in effort, when we feel like we need to step up to deserve something, that's when we truly cherish it. And this isn't about playing games. This isn't about pretending to be busy or making up a life you don't actually have. It's about actually living a life that fulfills you, with or without him. A man shouldn't be your source of happiness. He should be an addition to the happiness you've already created. When he sees that you are already fulfilled on your own, that's when he feels drawn in, because now he sees you as someone valuable, someone who doesn't just settle for anyone, someone he has to rise to meet. There's a moment every man has when he looks at a woman and thinks, wow, I don't want to lose her. And that moment doesn't come from being overly available. It doesn't come from centering your world around him. It comes when he realizes that your life is moving forward with or without him, and that if he doesn't step up, someone else will. It's in that moment that he feels the desire to invest more, to show up more, to give more, because he knows you have options. He knows that your life is filled with meaning outside of him. And that's attractive. A confident, independent woman doesn't need to make grand statements about how independent she is. She just is. She's not waiting for a text to decide her day. She's not holding back on her dreams to accommodate someone else. She's not abandoning her passions just because a new person has entered her life. And that presence, that undeniable self-worth, is what makes a man take notice. Because he knows if he wants to be a part of her world, he has to bring something real to the table. And that's the shift. It's not about making someone chase you. It's about making sure that when they step into your world, they see the value in it. And that value isn't something you have to prove. It's something you naturally exude when you live a life that excites you with or without anyone else. That's when he watches you more closely than ever, not because you're trying to get his attention, but because he can't help but be drawn to you. The way you allow people to treat you tells him what you'll tolerate. Whether you realize it or not, he's always paying attention. Every interaction, every moment, every subtle response you give is shaping the way he sees you. And the truth is, the standard you set for yourself isn't just about him, it's about you. Because what you tolerate is what you end up accepting, and what you accept becomes your reality. When you don't set clear standards, you end up in situations where you feel unappreciated, unseen, or even worse, taken for granted. And let me tell you something, he notices. He's watching to see if you call out bad behavior or if you let it slide. He's paying attention to whether you say what's on your mind or if you bite your tongue to keep the peace. He sees the moments when you put your own needs last, when you cancel your plans for him, when you let things go that really should have been addressed. He might not mention it, but he registers it. And whether he realizes it, consciously or not, it shapes the way he treats you. There's a belief some people hold that says, if I'm too firm about what I want, I'll push him away. But let's turn that around for a second. If being firm about what you deserve pushes him away, then was he ever really there for the right reasons? Was he ever really interested in showing up for you in a way that actually made you feel secure, respected, and valued? The right person won't be scared off by your standards. In fact, he'll be drawn to them, because a woman who values herself enough to set boundaries is a woman who commands respect. And men respect what they have to work for. Think about this. If you make it easy for him to do whatever he wants, to treat you however he pleases, where is the challenge? Where is the respect? Where is the admiration? If he knows you'll always be there, even when he's not putting in the effort, why would he change? People don't rise to the occasion unless they have to. And the way you ensure he does, you raise the bar, not just for him, but for yourself. Now, this isn't about playing games. It's not about being difficult just for the sake of it. It's about knowing your worth and making sure the people around you know it too. You don't need to make a dramatic speech or set ultimatums. You show it in your actions. When he cancels plans last minute, do you brush it off and make yourself available the next time he feels like seeing you? Or do you make it clear that your time is valuable, and if he wants it, he needs to respect it? When he sends you a half-hearted message after days of silence, do you jump to reply, or do you take your time and focus on the things that actually add value to your life? When he is inconsistent, do you justify his behavior, or do you recognize that inconsistency isn't something you need to accept? People will treat you the way you show them you're willing to be treated. If you make excuses for him, he won't change. If you let him disrespect your time, he'll keep doing it. If you're always available, he won't appreciate your presence. The dynamic you allow is the one you create. And I get it, sometimes it's hard to break that cycle, especially if you really like him. But here's the thing, the right man for you, he won't need you to lower your standards for him to step up. He'll rise to meet them. Men are wired to seek out what they value. If he sees you as someone valuable, someone he genuinely admires, he won't want to risk losing you. But if you make it too easy, if you bend over backward trying to accommodate him at the expense of yourself, he won't feel that same urgency to show up. It's not about playing hard to get, it's about being hard to replace. And a woman with standards is irreplaceable. The moment you start holding yourself to a higher level, everything shifts. You no longer waste energy on people who don't invest in you. You stop giving attention to those who give you the bare minimum. You naturally start attracting men who respect you because they see you respect yourself. And let me tell you, the confidence that comes from that, it's magnetic. It's the kind of energy that makes a man sit up and take notice. So if you ever catch yourself wondering, is he noticing how much effort I'm putting in? Or Does he see that I'm always there for him? Ask yourself this instead. Am I noticing how much effort he's putting in? Am I seeing that he's always there for me? Because that's the real question. That's the standard. And that's the level you should be operating at. Set the bar high, and the right man will rise to meet it. When someone is genuinely interested in you, they don't just want to know you, they want to discover you. And there's a difference. See, when you give everything away too soon, your feelings, your time, your energy, it's like handing someone a completed puzzle instead of letting them enjoy putting the pieces together. The joy of connection isn't just in the final picture. It's in the process of uncovering what's beneath the surface. That's what keeps someone engaged. That's what creates a real spark. Most people think that mystery is about playing games, about pretending to be something you're not, or withholding things on purpose. But that's not what this is about. It's about allowing someone to be excited by the journey of getting to know you, rather than making them feel like they've read the whole book in the first few chapters. When someone meets you, they should feel like they've walked into an exciting story they can't wait to unfold, not one where they already know the ending. Imagine you meet someone new. They seem interesting, attractive, and confident, but then, within the first few interactions, they unload everything. How much they like you, their entire life story, their deepest fears, their expectations for the relationship. Before you've even had a chance to miss them, what happens? The intrigue starts to fade, not because there's anything wrong with them, but because the natural process of discovery has been rushed. It's like watching a movie where someone spoils the ending in the first 10 minutes. You might still watch, but some of the excitement is lost. The truth is, people value what they have to earn. It's not about being difficult or making someone chase you, but about allowing things to unfold naturally. The things we invest time in, the things we slowly uncover, the things that surprise us along the way, those are the things that create real, lasting interest. When you reveal everything too soon, you deny someone the pleasure of learning about you, of seeing the different layers of your personality over time. Think about the most exciting relationships you've had. The best ones weren't the ones where everything was obvious from the start. They were the ones where each time you spent time together, you learned something new. Maybe you discovered that someone who seemed serious had a playful side. Maybe you found out that someone who appeared confident had a vulnerable depth to them. These small, unexpected moments are what make someone feel truly connected to you. Now, let's talk about the difference between being mysterious and being distant. Being distant is when you don't engage, when you withhold connection, when you act uninterested. That's not attractive, that's just unavailable. Being mysterious, on the other hand, means being fully present, but not fully revealed. It's when you engage deeply in the moment, but leave space for more. It's the difference between answering a question with a complete life story versus giving a thoughtful, intriguing response that invites curiosity. For example, let's say someone asks about your weekend. Instead of saying, "Oh, I didn't do much, just